You're listening to the TeamCPNZ Quick Connect Podcast, a space to stay informed, keep connected, and learn from each other along the way. I'm your team captain, Richard Greer, and in this episode, we connect with Mark from the Alternative Voluntary Collective. The AVC are a group of mountain bikers based on the Port Hills in Christchurch that love riding their bikes, and a few years ago took it upon themselves to both upkeep some local trails and also have developed into building a few new ones as well. The reason why we're talking to Mark is that we have our Tour de France challenge for July coming up. And as part of that, we were looking for a trail or planting organisation that we could support and do some fundraising for. So all the proceeds that from our July challenge will go into the AVC. And as part of this podcast, we're going to find out where that money will actually go to. So although our TeamCP community are based all over New Zealand, Australia, and the world, we figure that at some point, everyone will hopefully visit Christchurch and head out for a run or a ride in the Port Hills. So you will be able to say that part of what you've done is supported to build these trails. Part of the infrastructure and upkeep these trails for the future is what your money will go to. So without further ado, let's have a chat to Mark. Welcome in, Mark. Hello team, I'm here with Mark Stewart. Pretty exciting to have a chat to Mark today. Mark is part of the Alternative Voluntary Collective is what they call themselves. And they're all about, I guess, editing, building, fixing, sorting tracks out on the Port Hills is where they started. So Mark, welcome to the podcast. How are you getting on today?
I'm very good. Thank you, Richard.
Story, yeah. Good. Thank you so much for joining us. We do I guess across winter we do it with our TeamCP community. We do a bunch of different challenges and things, and off the back of that, we do a bit of fundraising as well. And we thought, all of our people are keen on biking and running and getting outdoors and things like that. How do we sort of put a bit back into the community of what we do? And your name kind of come up actually. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But Mark, right? Yeah, exactly. So Mark, give us a bit of an update. What do you do? What is the Alternative Voluntary Collective? What are you guys up to?
So we're just like a loose group of keen mountain bikers, I guess, but mostly mountain bikers, who are just happy to get out and do a bit of maintenance, fixing up issues on tracks that we generally ride on. And that's basically how we started.
Cool. When did you start?
2020, winter 2022, I think it was. Unlike this winter, it was a bit more moisture around that winter. So wasn't a lot of opportunities to ride over the weekends, and myself and two other riding buddies, Jeremy Burke and Hamish Pretty, were like, this bit of track is a bit beaten up. We can't ride it, so let's just go in there and fix it. This was a track in the adventure park, so we sort of went in there, fixed it all up, and I messaged another mate that I ride with who runs another volunteer group and said, "Hey, we've gone and done this. Are you all right with that?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to do some more?" And we just sort of took off from then.
Yeah, good. Okay, so how do you work the adventure park? How does that work in terms of liaising with them in terms of their tracks and trail maintenance and things like that? I guess it's all good because it helps them and helps the community, doesn't it?
Yeah. So if we're going in to do something, we need to let them know that we're going in, what we're working on, what we're going to do, and generally maybe we'd let them know when we're out as well. But if we're up there at night, so I'm not going to message them to say that we're out at like 9:30 at night or something like that. But at the moment, we generally do like dig at nights. I guess if the weather was really bad again and you couldn't ride on the weekends, we'd probably get out on the weekends as well.
Yeah, nice. So that was my next question. How often do you meet up, and what have you been working on recently?
It's been tricky recently because of the lack of moisture. So we can't do any maintenance at all, really, because anything we do is just fall to pieces instantly. It's just so dry and dusty. So we just sort of like tried to chip away at maybe some newer trails. Been doing started going along to the Gravity Canterbury dig days on Saturday mornings as well. They've started up, and we're working on the new uphill trail in Vic Park.
Yeah, cool.
So that's coming along real quickly.
Yeah, fantastic. And how often do you meet up? What's your plan? Well, how do you do things?
Normally, I do a Tuesday night. That's sort of the night that suits me. For sort of we meet up at 6 and go to where we need to go, do about 3 hours, and then walk out. There's a couple other sort of volunteer leads in our group. And, if they're going out other nights, they might go out on a Wednesday or Thursday night if they've got the time. They'll just put something on our chat group, say, hey, I'm going to be going up and looking at working on this. Who wants to come along?
Yep. And how do you get involved if you wanted to volunteer your time and swing a shovel or a pickaxe?
Just message me on through the Insta page, the Volley Collective Insta page, and then I can be in comms that way. And then we have a Facebook Messenger chat group that I can add people to. There's 150 people on that chat group at the moment. Not everyone on there has ever turned up. You get a lot of people who say, "Hey, this is cool. I'd like to come along and help out," and you sort of add them, and then you sort of never see them. So, but that's the way. Just a message through the Instagram.
Perfect. And our plan is to do some fundraising. So we did our May Meters challenge just recently and raised $600 for we put that towards a Westpac helicopter. Then we thought, well, we've got this Tour de France challenge that we do in terms of distance and vertical meters climbed as a percentage of the Tour de France. So choose whatever level that you want to do effectively. So, but you've got to do some distance rather than just climbing the whole time. And as part of that, people sort of, it's a small entry to do it. And the fundraising that we do for that would go towards you guys. So if we were to fundraise some money, what would that be put towards from your perspective?
More hand tools. It's we've got quite a few at the moment, but as we get more volunteers coming along in bigger groups, it's a bit of a pain if you don't have enough tools for everyone to be able to do anything. So and tools, hand tools, they're always breaking, they're always getting lost or stolen if you leave them on the hillside. So generally just like more grubbers, more shovels, more rakes, things. Rock bars, things like that can make our job easier, and then everyone's got a tool and they're not just standing around staring at their phone.
Yeah, that's right. So you started this off because it was really wet and you're like, well, I can't ride, I might as well go and actually do something useful because I've still got time and I've got a leave pass for the family, so I might as well get amongst this. But obviously there's a need there, isn't there? There's a need sort of within the Port Hills, local to Christchurch, that the tracks weren't being maintained. Is that sort of how it started and the why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think, if as you say, if you've got that leave pass, on the weekend or something like Sunday afternoon and you can't ride, well, then you might still want to get out. And if you have to walk in there, spend an hour or two, as long as it's not too miserable out there, fixing a couple ruts or something like that, it's a good way to meet new people that you'd probably never ridden with. Happy to come along and put something back into the trails that they ride all the time.
Yeah, that's cool. And these are like you talked about the uphill trail. So like we have a bunch of runners within our community as well. So it's not just mountain bike trails either, is it?
Well, it's predominantly mountain bike trails, but this uphill trail in Vic Park will be multi-use. Anyone will be able to use it because it's not a high-speed downhill trail. That's right. But I guess it's something that we haven't looked at. Is doing other sorts of trails. I know we did some work on the uphill trail in Cat a couple of years ago because that was in a pretty dire state.
It was. It was almost no point.
And that's everyone. A lot of people use, probably more walkers than bikers use it.
Yes.
But I was happy to do that because you don't want to be walking up there and your nice trainers or something, or running up there in your nice trainers and you like ankle deep in ruts and mud and twisting ankles or anything like that. So
that's right. And I have to say that the start of that trail, as it's been adjusted. I've ridden up there in the last month a few times, and it's really cool actually. It's nice and rideable. The gradient's good, and one interesting thing I have seen lots of families walking up there, which is super cool because you can walk up there, run up there, and then take the chairlift back down again, which is pretty cool.
I think that's something they didn't realise when the park opened, is they'd have this sort of attraction where people would walk up and catch the lift down. It's good for the park because, hopefully they go to the CAF afterwards and they're spending some money doing that, they're supporting local businesses.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And how good is it to ride a trail that you've built? You've been there, you've sort of know the berm, the sort of angles that you've created and things like that. That must be the most rewarding thing ever.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. Like especially if you spend a lot of time building like a feature and a really big berm or something like that, and then you get that sort of first hit, and it's like it came out better than you thought that it was going to. It's really good, really satisfying, and I think that brings a lot of people in as well, as they can do this stuff, and they can see the effort that goes into it as well, and building something or maintaining something. So hopefully, because we've got quite a big group of like Droms coming up now, and they're notorious for wrecking stuff. So hopefully the ones that come along and can see the effort that you need to put in to build something and maintain it, they'll think twice about making a cut line through it or shrelping it or doing something silly on it, and then that might rub off on their riding mates as well. And
that's right.
The feature or the berm or the part of trail might last longer.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. You're doing great work, Mark, and like a number of people are around the country in terms of the different plantings that are going on, the track building and all that sort of stuff. It's really cool just to build this infrastructure so we can go and enjoy when the sun's shining and go and give it heaps.
Yeah, and we're pretty lucky in Christchurch with the Port Hills on the doorstep, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, you go and get out. You mentioned just beforehand that you finished your work for the day, so go and get on that bike and enjoy riding some of those trails.
Well, and we had a little sprinkle of moisture, so hopefully that's going to keep a bit of the dust down today.
Good stuff. No, ideal conditions. Well done, Mark. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for doing great work that you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.